Aya Wilson, one of the most dominant forces in the WNBA, is making headlines again. But this time it's not about basketball. Reports say she was absolutely stunned after hearing that Caitlin Clark just landed a shocking new partnership with the LPGA. Yes, the Ladies Professional Golf Association. Fans are losing their minds online, wondering how a basketball player like Caitlin ended up with a golf deal that's turning the sports world upside down. And honestly, it's not just about golf. It's about what this move means for Caitlin Clark's growing influence and how it's shifting the balance of power in women's sports. Let's break it all down because the reactions from Aya Wilson, her fans, and the entire WNBA community have been intense. So here's what really happened. According to multiple reports, Caitlin Clark was recently approached by a major LPGA sponsor who wanted to bring her on board as a brand ambassador. Now, that may sound random at first, a basketball player getting involved in golf, but when you think about Caitlin's popularity, it makes perfect sense. She's not just an athlete, she's a cultural icon right now. Ever since she entered the WNBA, her name has been everywhere, breaking records, boosting ticket sales, and drawing millions of viewers. So when the LPGA wanted someone who could bring a new audience to women's golf, Caitlin Clark was the obvious choice. But apparently, Aya Wilson didn't see it that way. Sources close to her say she felt like the move showed how unfairly the media and sponsors treat WNBA stars. Wilson reportedly vented during a private conversation that went viral online, saying something like, "You can average 30 points a game, win MVPs, win championships, and they'll still hand the biggest deals to someone who just walked in." Fans quickly connected the dots, realizing she was referring to Caitlin. The comments blew up on social media, dividing fans between Team Aya and Team Caitlin. Some said Aya had a point. She's been grinding for years, dominating the league, and yet brands seem to chase Caitlin because of her college fame and mainstream appeal. Others argued that Caitlin earned every bit of her success because she's brought unprecedented attention to women's basketball. And while both sides make strong arguments, what's really fascinating is how this golf deal changes everything. For Caitlin Clark, it's not just another sponsorship. It's a symbol of crossover power, the ability to move beyond basketball and become a face of women's sports globally. Just think about it. We've seen athletes like Serena Williams and Naomi Osaka transcend their sport, but Caitlin is doing it in her rookie year. That's insane. The LPGA partnership reportedly includes a series of events where Caitlin will appear at Pro-Am tournaments, work with young golfers, and promote women's sports unity. It's not just about hitting golf balls. It's about bringing her influence to a whole new world. And that's what's got people like Aya Wilson frustrated, because from her perspective, she's been putting in the work for years, leading her team, winning Defensive Player of the Year, and representing the league at the highest level. But she doesn't get the same global crossover opportunities. Aya's fans say it's another example of color bias and favoritism in sports media, where certain players are elevated because they're seen as more marketable. That's a tough conversation, but it's one that keeps coming up every time Caitlin lands a massive deal. On the flip side, Caitlin Clark's supporters are saying she's simply capitalizing on the moment. She's professional, media-savvy, humble, and always respectful to veterans like Aya, so she doesn't deserve the hate. What makes this situation even more interesting is that both women are actually helping each other without realizing it. Caitlin's fame brings more eyes to the WNBA, which benefits Aya's career too. And Aya's competitive fire pushes Caitlin to elevate her game. But when business deals come into play, emotions get real. Aya has always been passionate about fairness in women's sports. She's spoken out about pay inequality, recognition, and respect. So when she saw Caitlin, a first-year player, landing an LPGA crossover deal before veterans even got major off-court opportunities, it probably hit a nerve. Still, it's worth remembering that both of these women are rewriting history in their own ways. Aya Wilson is the heart of the Las Vegas Aces dynasty, a two-time champion and MVP who's been unstoppable on both ends of the court. Caitlin Clark, on the other hand, has redefined what it means to be a rookie, breaking records and setting new standards for media coverage. And now, with this LPGA collaboration, she's becoming more than a basketball player. She's a global ambassador for women in sports. Even though Aya might not agree with how the media handles things, she knows that Caitlin's impact is real. Behind the scenes, insiders say both players have mutual respect, even if they're not best friends. Caitlin has mentioned before that she looks up to Io's game, and Aya has praised Caitlin's shooting talent. It's the fans and the media who often fuel the rivalry narrative. Still, Aya's reaction to this LPGA deal has opened a much-needed discussion about how women athletes are valued. Why do sponsors flock to certain faces? Is it about performance, personality, or politics? Those questions don't have easy answers. But one thing's for sure, Caitlin Clark's move has forced everyone to rethink what's possible for female athletes. Golf and basketball might seem worlds apart, but this collaboration shows how sports are blending together through influence and branding. Aya may be frustrated now, but she's also paving the way for future players to demand equal recognition. Because at the end of the day, both Aya and Caitlin are fighting for the same thing: more visibility, more respect, and more opportunity for women's sports. The LPGA deal just proves that Caitlin's star power extends beyond the hardwood. And while that may have caught Aya off guard, it also raises the bar for every athlete watching. As for the fans, they're just waiting to see if this tension spills over onto the court next season. Will Aya use it as motivation? You better believe it. She's known for turning criticism into dominance. And will Caitlin respond publicly? Probably not. She usually lets her actions do the talking. Either way, this situation isn't just drama, it's history in motion. Two powerful women, both changing the game in different ways, both showing that success can look very different but still inspire millions. Caitlin Clark's LPGA deal might have shocked Aya Wilson, but it also reminded the world that women's sports are finally getting the spotlight they deserve. And maybe, just maybe, this is only the beginning of something much bigger. A future where every female athlete, no matter her sport, gets the recognition she's earned.